Welcome to the City of Heroes podcast, a resource for the casual Heroes gamer.
Your hosts, Chooch and Viv, are here to explain basic and advanced features of CoH,
as well as give tips and answer your questions about this great MMO.
Oh, hello. Wow, that intro was really loud, it seemed like to me. Sorry about that. Hi, everybody. I am Chooch, and I am joined in the voice-only form by my lovely wife, Viv.
Y'all.
I was waiting to make sure your voice was coming through in the audio. Cool. Sorry for the
that
pause
always
there.
Helps.
Right? Welcome to the City of Heroes podcast. This is episode 55. It's kind of a continuation, like last week ended up getting split in half, so it's kind of like a two-parter. And we've got, so last week we talked about all of the travel pools, the pool powers, and the changes that Homecoming made. They made really significant changes last April to how those work and stack and stuff. So we covered all that. And then this week we're going to talk about all of the different quick travel options in the game. There's like trains, there's different teleports, there's submarines, there's ferries, there's all that stuff. We're going to cover all that stuff. But first, we're going to cover news. And you want to take on the news, baby?
I do. I'd also like to welcome everybody to our chat. I see Trauma Train Rich is there. Yes, you can has more COH now. Yes, you can has. Timberwolf, hey, how's it going? Heck yeah, time for the episode on public transportation. That's right. This is how you get around. Mm-hmm. Things have changed a little bit since live servers. Homecoming has given us, they've granted us many options on quick travel so that we don't have to be like hobbits footing all over the zones again. But for the news, there's not a whole heck of a lot. Number one, our Twitch channel, Chooch and Viv, reached the affiliate status, and I'd like to thank everybody so much for that. We got here exponentially faster than my own account. And hey, Kyle, welcome. It says, oh, hey, Choochie and Vivi, Bopper COH, hey, how about it? How you doing? Quick note about last CoH podcast. You read notes about travel changes not applying to PvP. That was true in page 2, but the recent page 3 updates proliferated those travel changes to PvP. Oh. That's exciting.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Notes. Very important. Very, very important. The PvP community is small, but we love them.
Yeah, and a few episodes ago, I apologized that we don't cover PvP as much because we don't really do it. And so I don't really see that much news about it. So thank you for bringing that.
Absolutely. Let's see. So with the affiliate status, it's mainly just administrative stuff for us, but we do have things like channel point emotes have opened up. That's really, I'll be honest, that's kind of like why we were really into it. We love the emotes. You can, of course, obviously subscribe now, and that'll unlock even more emotes. Well, that'll unlock our emotes for you. You can't use them. Right now, we've got how many in there?
There's only 3. Yeah.
3.
I just did our 8-bit heart.
And our 8-bit heart. We've got our heart on. Oh my God, Rich. You just, thank you so much. 3-month subscription. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're the best, Rich. So, of course, Trauma Train Rich is someone that is our kind of go-to guy. We've gamed with him on live servers. We gamed with him on the Homecoming server once it opened, and we dragged him to Twitch with you guys. And he does his own fun stream stuff, and I hope you guys will give him a follow if you're not already, because he's just, I don't want to trigger Smoof here if Smoof's listening, but he's the bee's knees. Smoof has opinions about bee's knees, y'all. But thank you everybody for coming. But yeah, as we're still trying to pick emotes and stuff, it's like such a personal thing, harder than I would have thought. Oh no, Smoof is here. No, he heard me. Busted. The only reason that phrase was even fresh in my mind is because of listening to your dream before. That was so funny. Check out Smoof if you haven't already. He streams City of Heroes and also just a bunch of fun games. And like I say about Taxi, it's just always a fun stream. You have really fun conversations there, like about bees knees and such. But back to why we're here. So, and on the subject of emotes, are there any emotes that you'd like to suggest to us? I did a search and couldn't find any for Nubbles. I don't even know what those look like, you guys.
I've got an idea.
Oh Lord, I bet you do. So we're going to go to the patch notes then, because Chooch is about to get naughty. So let's see. On January 4th, we actually did have during the server reboot, on January 4th, we did have some patches. Thermal defenders have been hard at work melting the snow in Atlas Park, meaning, you know what that means, right? You guys know what that means. And super packs no longer drop XP boosters instead of experienced. For geometry, fixed bar tap, LOD at distance that has been broken for a long time. Fixed bar taps being sunk too low on maps and supergroup bases. This fix is transparent to anyone who left the bar taps alone in their bases. If you moved or added any after the page 3 release, you will unfortunately have to reposition them again. We do apologize for this issue. And I can hear the SG designer folks just screaming right now. Poor Daisy. Powers, she probably already fixed it. Let's see. Powers fixed missing visual effects for the holiday event version of the Snowball Temp Power. Yeah, that would have been disappointing. Emote fixed issues with EMDD Coffee, EMDD Coffee 2, emote visuals on mail and huge. They now require the same badge as the donuts. Properly require the same badge as the donuts. Females should no longer attempt to douse their foreheads with enrich. Should, I like that. Should no longer attempt to do. It should work, but that's what we call, bug fixing. A house fell on the sandwich, and she will no longer be turning sandwiches invisible. That's cute. Those invisible sandwiches just are not as satisfying.
Right.
And the quick chat emote menu, emotes which were unlocked but still displaying as locked on the quick chat menu have been enabled. And there's a list. Let's see how it is.
Yeah, I've got it on screen. It's substantial.
It's substantial. Yeah. We're not going to
Didn't seem to make sense to read it.
To not have included that. Some emotes were intentionally locked, have now been unlocked. Some emotes were intentionally locked, have had their unlock requirements changed. Some emotes, which were extra flare versions of existing emotes, remain locked behind simple rewards and will remain locked. The new version of Mids Reborn has no ETA, but announced that it will bring back level up mode. Does that include the announcement that they made this week?
I don't know that I saw, because I put that in earlier this week, so I don't know that I saw any new announcements. And it was based on their Discord announcement channel. But go ahead.
Yeah, on January 5th, they posted, I'm happy to announce that level up mode is back. Don't worry, the current modes are still there as well. Level up mode will be available in the upcoming release, which addresses a whole host of issues. And the link doesn't work to it. I can go to Mids thingy. Let's see if that'll work. Nope. Wow. I'm not.
Thank you for the subscribe, Smooth.
Oh, thank you, Smooth. In spite of me invoking the bee's knees, I just don't even know if we deserve that. I feel a little special. Thank you. Let's see.
Bopper COH says yes.
Train. Sorry, go ahead.
Metalios is putting that back in the level up mode. We have a few other fixes for mids on the way as well.
Fantastic.
Looking forward to it.
As someone that is using mids extensively for the first time, I'm really glad to hear that. I feel like as soon as I started trying to use mids, it just, this broke and that broke and all of that. Now it's just coming back stronger than ever, it seems. Let's see. So let's see that. And of course, there's not really much else going on. I looked at some other servers and didn't see anything to report on. So I'll just finish up with the Homecoming weekly strike forces currently are the 10 Mage Mark II, which is level 50, plus the Alpha slot open, Alpha Strike Apex, level 50 plus Alpha, and Dr. Quarterfield, level 40 to 45. Of course, these change on January 10th, and then it'll be Synapse, Sarah Moore, and Silver Mantis. So, just for your planning pleasure.
Cool.
And that's pretty much it, baby.
All right. So let's move on to our main topic, the quick travel options. And first, actually, is a compliment to the travel pool powers we talked about. And there are prestige and temp powers available at the pay to win or the transact for victory. And those include under flight prestige powers, there's a flying carpet. One of my favorites, the Void Skiff, which is a little semi-translucent disc, the rocket board. There's the jump pack, the steam pack, and the raptor pack, which are temp powers. And then for running, there's athletic run, beast run, and ninja run, which are nice little boosts, jumping boosts, and they look cool, I think. There's the coyote and panther that actually turn you into a coyote or a panther, and they've got super quick runs and high jumps. And there's the prestige sprints, which are all the different ways to do like rainbow trails and all those different whooshy effects. And then under the teleportation pools, there's Assemble the Team, which we love and we use all the time. Brings the entire team to you. I can't remember how long the cooldown is. I probably should have wrote that down. But it's fairly long. It's like 10 minutes or 15 or something. There's the base transporter that'll transport you directly to your base or another base. You can punch in a code, or you can go to a team member's base if they have that open. There's the mission teleporter and the team transport. So we call them the selfish transport and the TT. And they also have fairly long cooldowns, but as long as 2 or 3 people on your team has a TT, they're pretty much available in between missions whenever you need them. And there is the Pocket D VIP Pass that will teleport you directly to Pocket D. So those are all available at Pay to Win for various amounts of money. The most expensive is like the team transport is 10 million. Some of them are free or super cheap. The flying carpet and voice skips and all those. The raptor packs, the steam packs are free. So it's a big range of things that before you get those pool powers. And some people actually bypass pool powers altogether and just use these temps and save for those. Save those slots for other things, other offensive or defensive things. And then in the world is the public transport. Cooler Than You is here in front of the train. I think pretty much everybody should be familiar with the trains. The Paragon City monorail. So it attaches Atlas Park, Kings Row, Steel Canyon, Skyway City, Talos Island, Independence Port, Croatoa, Brickstown, and Founders Falls. I'm going to put all of these in like lists in the show notes. But so basically, if you are in any of those zones, you can hit up the monorail and travel to any of the other zones very quickly with just a single click. Thank you for the subscribe, Dythok. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks, Dythok. Welcome. Happy Saturday. How are you doing?
Yeah. Sorry. There is the villains are very familiar with their ferries, the Rogue Island ferries, that connects pretty much every place. You've got Mercy Island. There's 2 different ferry locations in Port Oaks, 2 in Capo Diablo, Sharkhead Isle, Nerva Archipelago, St. Marshall, and Granville. Those ferries connect all of those. Paragon City actually has 1 ferry that connects Talos Island and Peregrine Island. So this is a quick travel between those 2 points. We've got, jumping back to on the rogue side, on the villain side, as well as the ferries, there's also the black helicopters. And the black helicopters also connect, I think, every point. Yeah, Mercy, Port Oaks, Capo, Cap, Sharkhead, Nerva, St. Marshall, and Granville. So you've got 2 options depending on what's kind of closer to you to get to any of those other places. Jumping powers activate. One that some people may not really see very often. Oh, wow, it's kind of far, isn't it? Sorry. Is the smuggler ship. The smuggler ship connects Independence Port, Talos Island, and Striga. Whoop, which can be pretty handy. Got anything hopping in the chat while I'm jumping?
Sorry. Well, technically, we are just giggling and subscribing and doing emotes. I would like to explain that this coned emote that I just put in the chat is our dear and darling golden retriever, Kaylee, when she was wearing a cone. Could not resist. So, yeah.
Coned.
That love one, I don't know what happened with that. We're going to have to get something a little
Yeah,
bigger.
I think it was a default.
Yeah, because I appreciate that you left it there thinking that I put it in there, but I did not. The heart does it all. Where's the cone of shame costume piece? I love it. That's something we need to know. That's right.
Right? Cold.
So yeah, we're all kind of giggling over the subscribe button, and you know, the first 10, I believe, subscribers get the founders.
I believe it's 10, right?
Is it first 10? Yeah. So Rich wants to be clear that he is the first.
Right? The firstest.
He's the first. He's the most firstest of all the firsts. Thank you guys so much for the support. It just means so much.
So there's the window for the smuggler ship. And as I said, it connects Independence Port, Talos Island, and Striga. And there's the ferry that the Paragon ferry that just connects the 2 islands, Talos and Talos and Paragon, sorry.
Yeah.
And then there is also the tunnel system, which, oh man, why did I just do that? I just traveled all this way over here and the tunnel was right next to it. Anyways, the tunnel system is the big swirly vortex. And there's a tunnel system on the Paragon side and a tunnel system on the Rogue side. The Paragon routes connects a significant number of places, actually. We've got Atlas Park, Imperial City, Underground Imperial, Talos, First Ward, Night Ward, Founders Falls, Paragon Island, Firebase Zulu, and Dark Astoria. Really should have switched Schooler to fly. I mean, technically, I guess I could fly. I've got the jetpack. It's just, slower. We'll put him there and flying while I read, and we can see how far off course he goes. So on the Rogue Island side, the tunnel system, and it is an acronym. I forgot to write down what it stands for, but it's silly. There's Mercy Island, Imperial City, Underground Imperial, Capo Diablo, First Ward, Night Ward, Nerva, Granville, and Dark Astoria. Here we go. Thank you for the follow, Beta 968. Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the party.
So here is the tunnel on the on the hero side. As you can see, it takes you to all of these wonderful places.
If I may add.
Oh, actually, you can go between the two, Cap. And anyways, go ahead, Blake. Go ahead.
The tunnel system stands for the Trans-Universal Networking Nexus and Extra-Dimensional Link, was introduced in I-23, and the Carnival of Light opened it. So they wanted to intertwine Primal Earth and Pretoria. So we have the Carnies to thank.
Carnies are awesome.
Right.
They're just, indisputable. Next up, we have... What do we have? Oh, the long-range teleporter. Go ahead.
Yeah. Did you see Dythok's note in
I did
chat?
not. So
Okay,
Dythok says they
I
actually...
think it's what you're about to address.
Oh, go ahead.
He says they actually removed the Pocket D VIP teleporter power, replaced it with the long-range teleport accolade power, or upgraded it, depending on perspective. I say upgrade.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that it's on the same cooldown as all the other long-range teleports, but I can't remember if it was before or not, honestly. And I was, I knew it had disappeared, and I hadn't, double-checked to see why. But as Dythok says, yes, it is right here in the long-range teleporter. Long-range teleport. You've got, it's really tiny on the screen, but yeah, we've got Pocket D inside Paragon City. It has all of the different zones that you have unlocked. So this isn't like a free pass to just go anywhere. It's something that you have to earn or you have to buy from P2W. So you can earn it by collecting all of the navigation badges for one zone. So like if you go through Alice Park and you do the circuit and you hit up all those exploration badges, then it'll unlock the long-range teleporter. Once you have it unlocked, if you go to any single exploration badge, any single one on any map, it'll unlock the whole zone for your travel. It's fantastic. It used to be you had to go hit all of them for like the beacons for your SG bases and stuff, and now it's it's just so much easier to only have to hit one in each zone. So that's very handy. And let's see, long range. Boop. I've got most of them unlocked. So we have destinations in the Shadow Shard, destinations in Pretoria, all of the city zones in the Rogue Isles, Paragon City, and Pocket D, like Dythok had mentioned. Yes, long-range teleporter is unique to Homecoming. As Kyle had asked. I think that's all you need to know about long-range teleporters, how to get them and how to use them. Next up, we have, possibly the current most used mode of transportation, the Ouroboros portal.
Often used and so pretty.
Right? The Oro portal is really great because, boom, it's a very quick transport, obviously. It has no cooldown. You can just do it over and over and over again. Or at least it has a very short cooldown. Sorry. It has a 2-minute cooldown. So, the Oro portal, once you get here to Ouroboros, which you have to have... somebody has to have opened a portal to get you here to be able to get the badge, the Keeper of the Secret, to come to Ouroboros. Or there is a sneak to get there through one of the echoes. But once you get in, anytime you teleport here, you can open up this quick teleport that will take you to Atlas Park, Talos, Independence Port, Founders, Peregrine, Cap, Sharkhead, Nerva, St. Marshall, and Granville. And they're really, really common places to go, which is why you see so many Oro teleporters open up all over the place. And hello, Tetsujin.
Hey, welcome.
I think you said that was Kyle in the chat. Cool to see you. Along for the navigation ride. Now, Ouroboros used to be locked. You had to be level 14 to be able to get in, and I don't think that's true anymore, right? You can be. I think you can be level 1 now, and you can click on a portal.
That people drop them in Atlas Park all the time. In the center, the main area where people gather, the Peach Pit, I call it.
So, super, super common. And once you are here in Ouroboros, you have access to the other portal back here, which is the Echo, which will take you to the Echo zones, Echo of the Rickety Crash site, Echo Dark Astoria, Echo Fault Line, Galaxy City, and Atlas Park. And of course, there's the crystals that will let you zip to all sorts of missions, the flashbacks, which is kind of a roundabout way because you can teleport to the contact, but it's kind of a pain in the butt because you got to accept the mission and then teleport to the contact and then drop the mission, or so unless you actually want to run the content, the pillar isn't really a great way to travel.
Did you mention that you can often use it as a quick travel for the public transportation missions?
I did not. That's very true. It counts the Ouroboros portal, the one out here at least, does count as like a train station or whatever. So if you have a mission that says access public transportation, then that will work. I can't recall if the board transit, right? I can't recall if the tunnel works like that or not. I know the ferries do, and obviously the trains do, the monorails do. I think the tunnel does.
Yeah, Rich says not always, but usually. That's true. It's not every time, but most of the time it does. And it's cool if everybody has been separated across, going to the base to level up, or going to here to get this, or going there, Pocket D to do that. Mm-hmm. If everybody's going from Ouroboros, then everybody returns, and the mission can be turned in easily without, anything weird going on.
Very cool.
Real Smooth says, Ouroboros is how I pronounce it incorrectly. We all have our own way of pronouncing it incorrectly. I say Ouroboros or Orb Portal.
Ouroboros.
Chooch likes to mix it up.
Yeah, I like to say Ouroboros just to be goofy. But I normally say Ouroboros.
Did you read Dithox? Once
No, I
you're
did not.
exposed to time travel, that's when you unlock your Orb Portal. Back on live, I often unlocked it doing the mission arc to unlock the Science Origin Merchant in Brickstown. Thanks for telling us how you pronounce it, Rich. He just said, I say Ouroboros. But it's not like, there's no phonetic. It's just like, going to be exactly as I read it. So all of you are saying it correctly by pronouncing it Ouroboros. So good news. Yeah, on the echo zones. Yes, Kyle mentions the echo zones. Hey, Grab, how are you doing?
Awesome. So another one that some people may not be familiar with is the actual LFG tab, the Looking for Group tab. Normally we do this when we want to start up a task force or a trial. We've got these story arcs, but what you can actually do is you can pick any of these places, any of these actual contacts. So like say Barracuda. And if you click them, you click lock the event to your group. And then if you queue, it'll actually transport you directly to that contact. If you're in a team, it's going to take everybody. They all have to accept it, And but as a solo player, you don't actually have to start the task force. It's just a really quick way to go straight to that zone, to that contact. And like I said, I'll compile a list. I've got a big list. I actually did create a master spreadsheet. It's this monster, super wide. And it's got every zone, and it's like you're here and you want to go there, and then it says, what are all the options. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it pretty, and I was going to try to overlay it on a map or something. But lists are cool too. That's helpful. So the available, you can actually get around a lot of different zones. Brickstown, Cap, Cascade, Archipelago, Cimarora, Croatoa, Firebase, Zulu, Founders Fall, Granville, Independence Port, Rickety Warzone, Sharkhead, Skyway, St. Marshall, Steel Canyon, Striga, Talos, and the Chantry. The downside is it only has the contact's name, so you have to know that to get to Rickety Warzone, you got to pick Lady Grey. Or, to get to Steel Canyon, you got to pick Positron, which is where the list comes in handy.
True.
Bopper CH says, I like doing it before getting invited to an ITF. I TP via LFG first, then ask for the team invite. Yeah, it's a great way to do it.
Yeah, that's a heck of a zone to get to otherwise.
A similar option is the Find Contact window. The Find Contact has contacts in First Ward, the Midnight Mansion, Night Ward, Brickty War Zone, Steel Canyon, and Peregrine. And you just select the contact and click boom, and you teleport to them. It's not a one-time only thing, but if you actually interact with the contact, now you know them and it won't teleport you anymore. So it's not used a whole lot, but it is convenient for a few places. Not sure. Okay, we're on time. We're good on time.
Oh, thank you, Rich. Oh, gift sub for Chooch.
Trauma Train gifted a sub. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means you
now I can use the emotes on my other account.
I know.
Right?
I know. That's the only bummer about making this separate account is that, like, we share it. And so, like, neither one of us, like, yeah.
I can cone people. So next up is actually Pocket D. I'm going to do the long range teleporter and travel to the Pocket D. Zoom. It's as simple as that. So Pocket D actually connects a significant number of zones. You see, once you're inside the Pocket D here, there are actually, you can go to all of these different places. There's a little secret hidden room that gets you to Imperial City, and there's the villain side and the hero side. If you are a pure hero, you can't go to the villain places and vice versa. But if you're, a rogue or a vigilante, you can go to any of the places you want to. Transfer points on the hero side, there's Kings Row, Fault Line, Talos, and Founders. On the villain side, it goes to Port Oaks, Sharkhead, and St. Marshall. And for Praetorians, it goes to Imperial City. And I'm not going to travel there, but and of course everybody knows that within Pocket D you've got Null the Gull that can change your power things. There's an architecture entertainment. There's an arena. There's a P2W. All sorts of great stuff always happening in the D. Of course, there's always a dance party.
We love the D.
And similar to Pocket D, there is the Paragon Dance Party, which was actually a precursor to Pocket D before the D existed. And the Paragon Dance Party is hero side only because it was pre-villains. You can get there through Talos Island, Independence Port, and Steel Canyon. And obviously, you can use this as a gateway to get travel through to the different places. So you can be, in Port Oaks, enter the Pocket D through the little box truck, and then travel through and exit into Kings Row or whatever. So it's not very popular because the other options are just quicker. You don't have to do a lot of running. They're pretty much just direct teleports. But you can if you need to connect. But so yeah, Paragon Dance Party is actually just this big warehouse with the party going on. It connects those three zones, and it was, if I remember right, it was actually an accident that got put in, and people found it and started going, and so they left it in. And then once they created Pocket D, they took it completely out again. And when the code was released, they saw that it was still in there, and they, boom, Homecoming and all the other I-24 servers enabled it so we can all go to the dance party. Pretty much never, ever anybody there. But got some
Welcome
D jokes.
to Black Pebble. Welcome to our podcast. They say originally, trivia, originally the portal to Pretoria was in the bathroom until it was pointed out. It's a bit of a letdown.
Nice.
Timberwolf says, now I'm just picturing a happening scene at the Dev Lounge in Fault Line. That'd be a sight to see. Hey, Jesse, welcome. welcome Raiders. Oh, Taxi. Now, if y'all want to talk about a streamer that I love to watch, she streams City of Heroes. She just finished up, and she streams a lot of other fun stuff like Valheim and Path of Exile. She's literally one of my favorite streamers to watch. I can't recommend her enough. Thank you so much 100%. For the raid.
Yeah,
how was
welcome.
it? I saw she was, when I was watching earlier, she was building a kinetic mastermind. So I'm really interested to see how that worked out for her.
Fun.
Dollhouse. Hey, doll. How are you, my love? She says, the D is where all the cool fire farmers hang. That is the truth. Oh, yes, an empath mastermind. That's right. We were talking about kinetics, but yeah, it was an empath totally. You know my brain, Taxi.
Fun. I've got my Freaky Deacon is a demon/empath mastermind. He's a lot of fun to play. Uh-oh. Tythok made a clip and went to post a link and it did not work.
Aww.
Allow.
We have anybody that wants to make
is it allow or permit? Maybe it's permit.
For us, that'd be really fun.
Maybe it's permit. Permit. Yeah. Now you can put it in Tythok. Sorry about that. Yeah. So that's Pocket D and Paragon Dance Party. Next up is the Midnighters Club, which is an interesting place. The Midnighters Club, there are actually entrances to it, usually near the universities. There's a location in Cimarora. On the hero side, there's Steel Canyon, Croatoa, and Founders Falls. And on the villain side, there's Capo Diablo. I don't think I'm going to bother going there, but so yeah, this is also a unique one where you have to get permission to go there first. And so there's, which is actually really simple. You just got to go to talk to a contact and, or you can teleport through that through the Find Contact, the flame. Is actually Fireball is in the Midnighter Mansion. And so once you enter the mansion from any of those locations, each one has a crystal that'll take you to the other locations. And it's most commonly really just to get to Cimarora. It's the main way to get there. You don't really use it as a pass through to other places unless you're doing missions there. You're following Fireball's missions or whatever. Similarly, go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to mention the exploration badge that gives you that as well. As of issue 23rd. The issue 23, the Midnight Squad badge and access to the Midnighter Club is awarded to characters earning the House Hunter exploration badge in the Night Ward, which is inside of the big mansion. So if you go to the Night Ward, you go to the big Midnighter Mansion, and just inside the door in the Arcane Quarter neighborhood is the House Hunter badge. And that should give you the Midnight Squad access, the Midnighter Club access as well, without running the Montague chain. But Montague's chain is so quick.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Rich says, "Go Capo Devils." And it has a fun scavenger hunt. Very true. Once you unlock Cimarora, you can just LFG to time 0. Lickety-split.
Nice. Welcome to the chat, Marcolna. That's how you sneak in. Let's see. So we're actually almost done. So similar to Midnighters Club, there's the Vanguard base, which not very many people really use unless you're going there to get the exploration badge. Where you're doing a mission chain. So there's a Vanguard base in the Rickety War Zone, and it has exits to, on the hero side, Atlas Park, Founders Falls, and Peregrine. There's Vanguard base locations, and in Villain, you got Cap, St. Marshall, and Granville. So you can hit up those places, head into the Vanguard base, and get to the Rickety War Zone quickly. And the last one I have on here is the auction house teleporters, which are really confusing. They don't work. I don't think they work the same as they used to. So you used to be able to buy, you go up to an auction house and for they're under the menu fixed prices. You could buy a token for 10,000 influence or infamy, and it instantly teleports you back to that auction house. It was a single use. So you could only ever have one at a time. And once you used it, it disappeared, but then boom, you can get another one. And it had a 30-minute cooldown. And I went to try to go buy one, and there wasn't any options for it. And I happened to find tokens in the actual auction house for sale for ridiculous amounts of influence, like millions of influence. And so, if anybody has more details on what happened to the auction house teleporters, please let me know. But it's very confusing.
So it's different than the one that was unlocked from the day job?
You could actually just buy a token and then be teleported. Dythox says they remove it in the travel power update. It was bugged and never worked. That makes sense.
That would, yeah. So maybe people are just using it to transfer influence from characters.
But I remember way back, I remember buying a token back in the day, I swear.
Back in the
when
day.
It was live. Back in my day, you used to buy a token for a penny. I actually do love those stories. My mom would tell us the stories about growing up as a kid, and that, she would get a quarter for her allowance. And with that quarter, her and her brother, he'd have his quarter. She said they would go and they would buy a comic book and a cheeseburger and a movie ticket. And then had, she knew there was X pieces of candy that were the right size or whatever. And that was like their Saturday on a quarter. Those were the days. Get off my lawn. So, so there's the auction house teleporters. There's a few other that I haven't mentioned that are really, really specific, like in the Chantry. We call them the cornucopias, and then there are these real wispy teleportation things, but they're just point to point across the Chantry. So if you're on one end, you can hit it and it takes you back to the other end. Or our other favorite. Yeah.
That's what you're calling it when we're on the podcast. That's not what we call it when we're playing.
That's what I call those.
Oh, okay. Well, you're missing part of the conversation.
Now, like, there's the other big doors. There's the sphincters.
Right. The apertures.
And the other really cool thing that we rediscovered when we were traveling through the Chantry, these, insanely long when you're going to the Storm Palace, and it like takes forever to travel out there, is that where you zone in and there's like a base portal and then all those other portals. If you're way on the other side, you can just drop off the rock, fall, plummet, and then boom, you appear right at the entry. So that's the best quick travel that exists.
I was glad to see that still worked when we did that task force last weekend.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, and I did not mention, but it's really obvious, the supergroup bases have teleporters. Then, so there are, it used to be, like I mentioned, that you had to go and unlock all the beacons and then you're able to put them in your base, but now you get them for free. So any base, you can set up teleporters to every zone in the game. And, and there is a really great kind of, not network, but basically people have created some public bases, and people call them travel hubs. And those travel hubs, people have already set up all of those things, and they usually have like a trainer and like a nurse and, so those common vendors, basically. I'm trying to remember which server I'm on right now. Yeah, I think I'm on.
You're on Everlasting.
Everlasting. So I will take you. Oh, that's right. This was the place that I was quote unquote hiding at last episode. Whoop. Is Zone 888. So you whop up here, enter a passcode. The passcode is Zone-888. And this is just a public base. Boop. That takes you to every single zone in the game. And then you've got all of your little vendors here. You can do some quick training up. Oh, I love the TARDIS. Aleph Point. Where does that go? Ooh. We're in the heart of the TARDIS. Very cool. Very well done. So there's a number of these. I'll post them in the patch notes. Basically, every shard, Everlasting, Excelsior, Dominator, Reunion, and Torchbearer, each have at least one. Everlasting has, I believe there's 3. Boop. I think this will take me right back to Pocket D. Doll says, I think there's a Zone 888 on all the servers. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty smart, yeah. That's always my go-to on Everlasting. I love my favorite on... which server is it? My favorite on Indomitable is the Tiki. Tour-5307 is a Tiki-themed quick travel. Booster rocket. Oh, wow. So this is rocket 10094. So these are really cool. Like I said, I'll put a link in the show notes to these quick travels. So if you have this, you don't really need your own base because you have all of the amenities and you can get around wherever you want to. So those are base teleporters, base portals. And that is all of the travel options. Anything I forgot? Anything I left out? Please let me know.
Well, did you mention that it's possible that you don't need to go to the auction house anymore?
True.
You can now anywhere. Bopper COH points it out.
Yes.
That's something that going to Wentworth's isn't something that you necessarily have to do anymore. If you're outside of your SG base, if you are outside of a mission door, then you can just type /AH and it pulls up the auction house wherever you are. It is so convenient. I regularly store inspirations in there that I need between missions or whatever, or if my ass wipes out and I need to go back in, then I can just on the way back pull up auction house, pull out what I need. It's a little faster for me than mail. I know a lot of people do that with the mail system as well. And then you've got it, across all of your account characters. It's not just that one that can access the auction house, but it's just a faster on the fly thing for me. It's really great. Kyle says Everlasting has a ton of cool bases. They really do. Did you cover the PvP travel hubs? Dythok asks.
I had them in my notes. Where I did not. I know I didn't.
There is no PvP. PvP is alive, Rich says. Oh.
No, so yeah, I was looking for I don't know where it happened. I know I had this whole section on it, which is fairly brief actually. But so they're called what do they call it? Free fire transport or something. But basically, yeah, Dythok just put in Bloody Bay, Siren's Call, Warburg, and Recluse's Victory. That there's basically it's free fire transport and the black helicopter. Yeah. So a lot of the PvP zones were only available through black helicopters. You go up and click it and you go to a single zone, like Siren's Call. But they linked them all. So basically you can click this one thing and then boom, it pops up the 3 different ones. And obviously if you're a villain and you're clicking on it from a hero zone, it does not take you to the hero base. It takes you to the villain base and vice versa. So they don't let you cross the streams. And Trauma Train Rich mentions PvP zones are level locked. You have to satisfy the minimum level to get into the zone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bopper COH says many PvPers have moved to Excelsior. 8 versus 8 stayed on Indom. free fire transport and the black helicopter. Yes, the black helicopter.
Yeah, we are going to do a future episode specifically about PvP and the different types, because there are a few different ways that you can do the PvP. So that is a topic. And you know what? We haven't selected anything for the next week, I don't think. We have... we've been wanting to do one on the mods. So COH Modder and Vidiot Maps. And Vidiot Maps was actually going to be a part of the whole travel thing because it is a significant tool for traveling. But so maybe that'll be what's next week, or, you know, it could be something else. Who knows? I'm going to do
week after next.
Week after next, right? I always do that. We know this. And thank you, everybody in the chat. We have so many people, responding and giving answers and correcting me when I get so many things wrong. Absolutely love that.
Thank you very much. Easier than having to write feedback and then we have to read it in the next episode.
Right.
It's so immediate. Really appreciate all of you guys coming out and following and subscribing. It just means so much to us, you guys. You don't even know.
For real.
Really appreciate you guys. Ooh, homemade chicken noodle soup. We're all going to Dolls for dinner.
All right, so I'm going to roll the post credits. Thank you so much again. We will catch you in 2 weeks for our next, and of course, we'll catch you in about 2 minutes on Viv's stream.
Wear sunblock.
So, yeah, good hunting, heroes.
Good hunting.
This podcast, its hosts, and websites are not in any way affiliated with NCSoft, Cryptic Studios,
or Homecoming servers.
All views expressed are solely of the hosts and their guests.
This podcast is released under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike license, which is explained in detail at CoHPodcast.com.
Good hunting, heroes.